Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel once again, and this is going to be my first team for season 15 Summer Cup, which I'm going to use two Pokemons that I've got buffed this season. First, which is I believe the best of the Pokemon that I've got buffed, which is going to be Dewgong, because it have got access to Liquidation and Drill Run. So Drill Run in this meta is purely meta relevant because earlier it used to struggle against electric type and steel types over here, but now it have got access to Drill Run that can hit electric and steel type for super active damage. So it might not hit that hard, but it definitely have some more potential than before, and it have got good coverage as well. So that is the reason I'm using Dewgong alongside with Quagsire over here, which is going to be my closure, which is also buffed because it have got access to Mud Bomb that have been that energy damage have been raised from 55 to 60, which is again good. And my safe swap over here is going to be my Pidgeot. So Dewgong being ice and water needs coverage for fighting and electric, which Pidgeot can cover for fighting and Quagsire can cover for electric. But in case of a lead with electric typing, so I am going to use this team as a ABA team style, threatening shield with Drill Run, or maybe getting shield advantage, soft closing the match for my backline to set up onto the opposing Pokemons over here with correct alignment. So that is the reason I am using this over here. And apart from it, the trickiest Pokemon to handle over here is going to be Cradily, because Cradily can actually core break this whole team. So that is the reason it is going to be the trickiest. But nevertheless, since it's going to be very early in the seasons, let's check out quickly how this team performed. Moving into the first battle, I pick up a lead against a kind of similar team, a similar Pokemon over here, which is going to be again ice water. But nevertheless, giving access to Drill Run really matters too much, a lot, because it can hit for neutral damage over here in this scenario. To which I will let this first Earthquake go through, which does hurt, but Dewgong is very tanky over here. To which I'll be going for the next Drill Run over here onto this Walrein over here in this scenario. And since these two Pokemon are actually similar with moveset and with typings as well, but Dewgong is kind of on the bulkier side apart from Walrein. To which now I correctly shield up the third, I think the third or second Earthquake. That is really good. And now this is going to be Icicle Sphere, which I let it go, and I can easily go for the farm down over here with Ice Shard onto this Walrein over here, and let's see what they comes back in with. So nevertheless, it's going to be ground type, which I believe is going to be Diggersby, which will not appreciate this incoming ice events coming through, and they cannot farm down a Dewgong with Mud Shot. But for this meta, the relevant moveset is Quick Attack, not Mud Shot. So that is the reason, guys, please be careful while picking up this team. But nevertheless, it can again depend on your team style, what you are using. So they have to go for one Ice Punch, one Fire Punch rather, to get rid of my Dewgong over here. And nevertheless, I can easily come back with my Pidgeot over here in this scenario and take whatever they throw, and it's going to be a Fire Punch, because Fire Punch is resisted as well, because not resisted, it's neutral, but because of debuff it does not do too much damage right away. So I am going to debuff this Diggersby even more with this incoming Feather Dance, and to which they swaps out into their own Noctowl, which I am fine with it, because Feather Dance will be debuffing them quite by 2 stages, which is quite nice. And I can easily survive one Sky Attack or Shadow Ball over here, even if it is double debuffed. So I can easily go for one Stone Edge right now, because the Diggersby is very low right now. So one Stone Edge does hurt a lot, which they doesn't shield, and right now I can easily let my own Quagsire go down, but it will not actually get down because of the debuff from Feather Dance. To which now I'll be going to go for one more Mud Bomb over here, which I think will not be enough to get the knockout, but nevertheless I do have enough energy to go for one more to get the knockout. And as I already mentioned, their Diggersby is quite low, so I might switch out, or might be I can when I do go for a CMP die over here onto their Fire Punch and my Mud Bomb, which will eventually take this Diggersby out and give me the win for the first battle with this team, which is really nice. Moving to the next battle, I pick up the lead against Galvantula, which is really tough right now, because this is the hardest electric. This is the hardest electric answer, like electric type Pokemon, which actually will resist this ground typing move as well, to which now they went for a bait of lunch, which is even more worse, because now I will not be able to survive the next incoming discharge over here, because though I have debuffed them with Icy Wind, but it will not actually help me, because discharge from a Galvantula will eventually knock me out, and I have to easily come back. I have to come back with my own Quagsire over here, to which they safe swap again into their own Azumarill over here, which is really tough right now, because it have got access to Ice Beam and Play Rough, because Ice Beam will hurt this Pidgeot. Okay, I have to shield up, and now I can easily go for one Feather Dance, which is not actually easy, but I keep on saying that which is not actually easy, because for this matchup I am in a really troublesome situation, because they will be going for Ice Beams and Ice Beams, but even though I am debuffing them, it will not help me a lot, because Feather Dance do debuff them when it's a neutral situation, but since Ice Beam is super effective, it will not help me from this kind of range. So I will be going for the next Feather Dance, which will not be enough to get the knockout, and I might switch out, which actually they switch out, and I do went for a CMP die over here, which is fine, and they went for a discharge. Even though it is resisted, how much damage a discharge does to a Quagsire is quite surprising. So that's how much attack heavy Galvantula is, and now I have to go for one Mud Bomb. So Mud Bomb will get rid of this Galv over here, and they might come back with their own Azumarill, which have loaded energy, and either be it Play Rough or be it Ice Beam, it will really put my Quagsire really low. Even though I'm going for a Mud Bomb over here, something they have in the back, which is actually will be able to handle both my Pidgeot and my Quagsire, which are quite low, and I do concede the match over here. GG's. Moving to the next battle, I pick up a lead of what it's going to be a Durant, which is a best buddy Durant as well, which is quite spicy and surprising as well, because it's early in the seasons and people will be running this spice, I know that, but I do get this shield over here with Icy Wind, and since it's debuffed as well, so I'll not shield this over here, because as far as I remember, Durant is only having access to some bug moves along with some steel moves and no electric moves over here, to which I will be letting this next charge move go as well, because it's debuffed right now and Exeter does not hurt me a lot, and I am a bulky Dewgong over here. Since I got both the shields over here, I will be able to reach to the next drill run as well, which hits for super effective because of the partial steel typing on it, and it does get the knockout for this Durant over here, to which now they comes back with a Basculin over here, which is again surprising, and I'm not sure why this person is actually running Basculin and Durant in the same. I'm just out of words, so let's just not comment on this. I'll be commenting on my gameplay over here, to which for some reason I went for a Stone Edge over here, which is non-stab and is neutral over here, but nevertheless, since I have got 2 shield, I will be shielding up one Aqua Jet over here, and I'll be going for the farm down. And let's see what the final spice they have for us, which is going to be a Bite, a Lowland Raticate over here. And now I'll be going for the next Mud Bomb, which hits for neutral damage, and now I'll be going for the next Mud Bomb, which again hits for neutral damage over here. but it will not be enough to get the knockout. So rather I'll be switching out into my own Pidgeot over here, and I think I will be able to reach to the next Brave Bird before they can even go for one Crunch or Hyper Fang, anything. Brave Bird does handle the Eradicate over here and gives the win for the third battle for me with this team. GG's to my opponent, really well played. Moving on to the next match, I pick up a lead against electric type yet again. So for electric type, I have already mentioned I'll be playing this match out as an ABA team strategy. So I'll be shielding up the first move because it will hurt the most, as I'll be going for the next Icy Wind debuff over here. But for some reason they went for Crunch, which gives me a thought that they are actually running Crunch and X-Scissor and not Discharge onto this Charjabug, which is really helpful for me, because now I'll be letting this next charge move go through, and as I was thinking that it's going to be a Charjabug without Discharge, which really helps me out right now, because I do get both the shields over here, and since they are double debuffed, neither Crunch neither X-Scissor will knock my Dewgong out from this kind of range. And since Dewgong is very bulky, and apart from that my Dewgong is very highly ranked, it's ranked 24, which is really nice, to which now I'll be going for the next drill run that gets the knockout for this Charjabug, and let's see what they comes out in with. So they comes in with their own Noctowl over here, which I am fine with, because now I can easily align my own Pidgeot over here onto their Noctowl, to which I'll be letting this first charge move go through. And now I thought of going for a Brave Bird, but nevertheless, since they switched out into their final Pokemon, which is actually going to be Universe Stunfisk over here, and thanks to the buff of Mud Bomb over here onto my Quagsire, I can easily go for back-to-back Mud Bombs to get the knockout for this Stunfisk. And nevertheless, before that I will be getting hit with one Mud Bomb of their own, which I can easily handle. I can easily go for one more Mud Bomb over here, which I'll undercharge, because I want to get a bit of extra farm onto my Quagsire over here, because I want to hit this Noctowl with one Stone Edge over here that hits really hard, and I can easily safe swap again into my own Pidgeot, go for the Snipe Down with Feather Dance over here, getting the knockout for this Noctowl, and in turn getting the win for the fourth battle here as well. So GG's to my opponent, really well played, and it's a good alignment from my end onto the last matchup as well. Moving on to the final battle of the video and the set, I pick up a lead against Talonflame. So Talonflame is again kind of tricky, because it's part fire and flying, and it's a neutral situation over here, because I will be hitting them for neutral damage with Icy Wind, and they will be hitting me for neutral damage with Incinerates and Flame Charge, to which now I'll be letting this next charge move go through over here, because this is debuffed, but it's kind of a neutral situation right now because of the buff from Flame Charge over here. So I'll be going for the next Icy Wind that lands over here, and I'll be quickly safe swapping into my Pidgeot, sniping it down with Wing Attack and getting Iron Energy, to which they comes back in with their Universe Stunfisk, which I am very much happy with, because now since they comes back with their Stunfisk over here, because apart from Pidgeot I don't have a really weak answer, not an answer, it's kind of weak Pokemon to Stunfisk over here. But nevertheless, I will be able to debuff this Stunfisk with back-to-back Feather Dance over here, so that they have to throw their energy, and they have to I think they have to throw 2 more discharges over here to take me out, which helps me a lot. And from this kind of range they might go for extra farm, which they did not, which is really helpful for me. And from this kind of range I can easily align my own, I believe, Quagsire onto this Stunfisk over here. So the final Pokemon they have got access to is going to be a Gyarados, which I am fine with, because now I'll be going for a bait of Mud Bomb, which is quite risky, but since I get the shield over here, I will be quickly safe swapping into my own Dewgong over here. So Dewgong will be resisting this Aqua Tails, which I do survive, and I can eventually get to one more Icy Wind as well, which is really nice because this hits for neutral once again. And how squishy Gyarados is in this meta of Great League, it will be hitting, it will be getting quite a bit of damage, to which now I'll be shielding up this Aqua Tail, because though it's debuffed, it will be hurting the most from a Gyarados. So that is the reason I will be shielding it, and I'll be now going for one Stone Edge over here that takes out the Gyarados from this kind of range. And now I thought of over farming over here, because I was not sure if one Mud Bomb would have taken it out from this kind of range. So I doubled up onto my Mud Bomb over here onto my Quagsire, and I'll be going for the first Mud Bomb that eventually gets the knockout thanks to the buff of damage for season 15, and I do get the game for the final battle of the set as well. So this team worked out really well for me, so I played this team for 2 sets, which eventually ended up 9-1, which is really nice. And thanks to Dewgong and Quagsire getting buff for the season, which is really nice. And that will be all for this video. Thanks for watching, and see you again in the next one with new teams. Till then, peace.